What is up? Welcome into the Buddy Cop podcast. My name is Sean Leary. I am going to be one of your hosts. I'm a comedian, a producer, an action movie lover in Los Angeles.
A lover of Nike shirts.
Nikes, and I am joined by my boy, impressionist, producer, comedian, Scott Ibarra. I'm also joined by my third mic, sound engineer, fact checker, IMDb, Rotten Tomatoes superstar, Tom Cocking. How you feeling?
And mainframe.
I thought you were going to say I'm joined by my third leg.
Ooh, yeah. Right off the bat with a dirty boy. I love the look because we are here for the 1991 Surfer Smash hit, Point Break, Via Con Dios, brah. Dude, how do we feel about this action heist surf blockbuster from 1991? Real quick, before we get started, make sure you email the show, thebuddycoppodcast@gmail.com. Find us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, the Buddy Cop Podcast. If you are watching on YouTube, we like to dress like the episode. So for Point Break, 90s Cali at the beach, little bit of sand, little bit of arsenic. What's in the DNA?
I dress like the podcast. Sean goes, you know what? I'm going to wear my beach outfit.
Hold on a second. And then Scott's like, yeah, he's just going to show up in a shirt that just says beach.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to get one of those.
It's like an improv show. He just goes off stage, throws a tie on. He's like, I'm playing the office guy.
I'm the beach guy today. So here's how the podcast is going to work. We're going to break down the 1991 smash. Kathryn Bigelow, Sneaky James Cameron uncredited because of the writer's strike or something, some issue. Point Break. We'll do fun facts. We'll talk about our favorite moments. We'll do the Rotten Tomatoes, see what the critics thought, see what the audience thought. We're going to do hot takes. Yeah. The box office. This one didn't go as daddy as I thought.
No.
But where I always kind of like to start now that we're in a groove with the podcast here and we've got our potential whiskey sponsor that we'll discuss here in a little bit. But I found myself walking away from this movie and wanting to start with, what is our favorite Keanu Reeves meme line moment from this movie? Because there are so many.
Yeah.
People died and you gotta go down. I am an FBI agent.
One. I think that's the one that's the most quotable, at least people like know from this movie.
I mean,
in the trailer, in the original trailer, they ended it with John C. McGinley being like, does any of you guys, you know, he had to lift like this. Do any of you guys have anything memorable to say to me today? He was, I caught my first tube today, sir.
When they're called babes, brah. Yeah. I mean, like, this whole movie was as if someone injected me with like a Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and then a Red Hot Chili Peppers person came on the screen.
Anthony Kiedis.
Oh my God, Anthony Kiedis.
Dude, he didn't show up. Do you know that Anthony Kiedis didn't show up for any of the fight choreography? He was late because he was.
No, I thought it was great.
He was full hair. It was just his.
He
hair.
was in full heroin times. I'm sure he was shooting up whatever. It was
under the bridge,
shot.
probably.
It was shot in his hometown. So he showed up late to everything. So Kathryn Bigelow was like, "You're not going to be in the fight scene." So he didn't get to do a lot.
Interesting.
He has a foot blown.
But how much fun would it be to punch Anthony Kiedis one time in that fight scene? I'm like, it would be so much fun to punch.
Back then, absolutely, he was very punchable back then.
No, I mean, I love him. He's like one of my favorite. Like,
when they were gonna fight Keanu at the beach thing, he's like, "We're just gonna fuck you up." When they're like, they go around, they pan to each guy. He's like, "Nah," and then he goes. They pan to Anthony Kiedis, and he's like way over the top. He's like, that would be a waste of time.
Yeah, dude. It literally looked like we were seeing like the point of view of a T-1000. Like and then it was the most corporate douchey beach guy ever. Kiedis. Dude. Okay, so this is Keanu's first action movie. Like, this is 91, and before it was
he just got off doing Bill and Ted's.
I'm in high school.
Don't forget to wind your watch. Yeah.
I'm in high school. And he hadn't done Speed yet.
You'll see.
He hadn't gone short hair sexy. You know what I mean? This is 91. This is 3 years before Speed in 94. This is Kathryn Bigelow joint. Yeah. She directed Hurt Locker. She directed Detroit. Like, she went on to tackle some really intense material and also did a surfer heist movie. Love the range. Yeah. Love it. Frankly, we love to see it. Okay, I had to. Okay, so this is Keanu's first big action. And this is kind of a good place to kind of begin of the whole thing is talk to my wife about this movie because I wanted to get an honest assessment. I wanted to get an objective point of view about Keanu.
Yeah.
Because I found myself throughout
because women love him now, but back then.
But not even about just women loving him.
Right.
Is he good? Is the question.
As a person?
Because no, in the movie as an actor. So when I'm watching this movie, there's 5 minutes where I go, he's nailing this. And then there's 5 minutes where I go, whoa, they left that in.
No,
So I said to my wife, I literally said to her, I'm like, what do you think of Keanu? And the thing that kind of resonated is that she hasn't seen any of the movies that he's in because he's in a lot of dude movies.
Yeah.
Like after the 90s, it's John Wick, it's Matrix, it's like
big movies.
Yeah. Like the blockbusters. Like I want to read. Can you vamp for me while I pull up exactly what she said? Because she had a great line about him.
So I will say, because like my wife loves Keanu now, women like they're so in love with him. He's got this dark mythos about him. But I think that he didn't really hit until Matrix.
You didn't like him in this. I kind of feel
No.
you didn't love him.
I love the movie and I love him and I like him. But watching him as an actor in the movie, it's very the thing is, I think he nails it in the silent parts, like his very still silence. He nails it in that. You see his emotions, you see that. But his line delivery is garbage.
So here's what my thought was. I felt that same way, and then I go, I don't think we can say that he's a bad actor. I think we need to say that the casting director was incredible. The casting director...
Kathryn Bigelow fought for him.
Yes, because he was perfect
and
for
everybody
this
was like,
movie.
no.
Bro, quick fun fact, they offered it to Matthew Broderick. Can we... I'm looking into the camera. Can we stop offering Matthew Broderick roles? Okay, it takes one look. It takes one look at the guy to go, that's not our beach FBI
Matthew
guy.
Broderick,
that's not our high school quarterback.
He would have been like...
Yeah.
He would have been like, oh, what do I do here? Is that Patrick Swayze? I don't know what I'm doing. Better stop and smell the roses.
Life comes at you.
Pretty fast.
That's pretty good.
Get the fuck out of here.
For an impression, I want to punch Matthew
However,
Broderick.
the other casting choices, I know they offered it to
Johnny Depp,
Charlie Sheen. They would have been great.
Okay, Johnny Depp would have been.
I think they would have nailed it.
It would have been too cartoonish. Charlie though.
No, I think Charlie would have nailed the seriousness because Charlie's really good when he gets intense.
Dark.
And I think Johnny Depp would have definitely got the very still, the mythos of it, whatever, darker.
He would have been too close to Bodhi, I feel like, in the presence. Like
no, he could.
I'm so many bracelets.
No, Johnny Depp.
My fragrance in the wolves.
Johnny Depp knows how to bounce off people. I think he would have been great.
Both
of those guys would have nailed it.
That's too close to Swayze.
No, because Swayze's very macho, but at the same time, he's almost playing a part of himself. He's very macho. He's from Texas, but he's also he's a dancer. He's into spirituality. Charlie Sheen is just the leading man, but he plays the ingenue very well.
He's the hottest nepo baby that's ever lived, baby.
Right?
Yeah,
but he plays like look at him in Wall Street, whatever. He gets intense, but he always plays a young ingenue.
Ingenue. The vocab words tonight are great.
Was it Mythos? We're new Mythos too. Mythos.
Yeah, Mythos is good.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, back
Look
to
those up for me. Tell me what they mean.
We're going to piggyback real quick to the Keanu thing real quick. I want to put a button on the is he good thing because this is what my wife obviously loves the business. She's a comic as well, loves movies, loves shows. And I said, what do you honestly think of Keanu? And she said, I don't know if I've seen him in anything.
Jesus.
I don't really have an opinion other than maybe he's not a good actor, but I also haven't seen him in anything where he has actual lines.
More movies.
She goes, John Wick doesn't count. He's a really good, intense walker. He said, and then this was the line that killed me. But he's never put his hands on the waist of a random woman, and for that alone, give him an Oscar. And that is something. If you look at every picture of Keanu Reeves at red carpets, on subways, in pictures with people, he doesn't touch the woman. Like he just keeps it like an inch off, and I'm like, who is he? A cyborg? Is he Bishop?
No, he's just good. He's not like Bruce Willis who has his finger up your butt.
Oh yeah, he's like trying to puppeteer you at the Planet Hollywood opening in 95.
Still in the back of your molars, that disgusting guy.
Okay, real quick.
We wish him well though. We wish him well, Bruce.
He's doing great. He's doing great.
Scumbag when he was younger, but Jesus.
I want to piggyback off kind of what we were saying about the different casting because Swayze in this movie, I think this might have been my first man crush as a person.
He's so great. But every guy, remember I was watching the movie and my wife was watching. She's like, every guy just wants to be Swayze, just suck his dick. And I'm like, why do you have to say that? It's so true, but leave me alone.
I think it's how he's just there's so many movements that are just... Like,
he's a dancer.
Even when he fights, it's sexy and like the facial hair is perfect. But I had this thought. Let me know what you think of this.
Okay.
Because this isn't necessarily a hot take. It's more of one of those I'm working it out thoughts.
Right.
On the way here, I had this thought of what if he's on heroin the entire movie?
Swayze.
Yes. Because he's getting to the first thing that made me think of it is he's kind of sweaty. I know it's beachy. There's existentialism. There's just like he's up at 4 a.m. coming to his house a lot. They rob banks. Like there's just a lot. Like the speeches, his face. Like there was just this other world where I'm like, maybe those guys all think that he's this czar, and even Lori Petty a little bit, but they're all just on drugs. Like there was this moment where I just and like the party we talked about this.
Yeah, but if he was on
level
heroin,
California party where it was like we're juggling flames and just take this. The girl's like 90s. And so he's like 90s, man.
And that guy, that actor Bo Jesse, whatever, when they like zoom in on him, he's like in your face.
It was like a REM music video, and I'm like, that's why I want to move to California.
Looked at that and I was like, God, I miss Coachella.
Swayze's voice in The Mask. We are the ex-president. Oh my God! Like
Texas. Yeah.
Is that what it is?
He's from Texas.
He's from Texas.
Yeah.
You know, because he has like he's one of those actors that I love, but I don't think he and I would get along over a beer at the bar.
No.
He doesn't. I don't think he's ever laughed.
No,
he doesn't have a joy.
The thing is, Swayze is he's ultra macho. Everybody knows it. He's ultra
but
macho.
He's so
why is he ultra? He's like a 20-ish.
This is why he's awesome, is because he's ultra macho. He believes in macho stuff. Some people even said like on the films like he could be a little misogynistic, but he's also a ballet dancer. Like he's like the ultimate package as far as like he moves right. He's athletic, he's an athlete, macho, but then he'll play in a movie like Tu Wong Fu and dress like a woman and outdo everybody.
Yeah, and I also, just picking back to the heroin idea, is every time he says, Johnny Utah, like he always is talking like
I think you got your drugs mixed up. Heroin would not have him so clear-minded. Yeah,
it's ecstasy.
Yeah, huh?
He's on something. He's on an upper. He's on something. Because like when they're doing the football scene too, his eyes are just like so wide, and then like when he's like, "Don't you know who we got? Johnny Utah.
This is Johnny Utah.
Johnny Utah. Yeah. Ohio State." And then this is the part that he goes, "I have a sports podcast and I don't know who all conference college quarterbacks are." And he on the beach is like, "You don't know this guy? He's all conference, 4,200 yards. He beats SC in the Rose Bowl 42-9. Well, that's on drugs. That's a guy on drugs. He's on coke. He knows the score from 5 years ago.
I mean, he's a surfer, so he's probably he's
Exposition Boulevard.
He's doing Molly and he
bumped. Yeah. Also surfers, so the surfers would know what people are doing in sports.
Exactly.
You're not a surfer getting into sports.
Those are not the same guys.
You're not like a surfer that's into
kind of like a surfer lawyer.
Kind of like
a lawyer surfer. Nobody grew up in Cali.
I fucking rip. You know me. I fucking shred.
Dude. You rip in Lake Tahoe?
You
surf those waves in Lake Tahoe?
You're not going like they're snow waves, they're ice waves, man. Ice waves. But yeah, you don't go surf and then go watch a football game. It's like the anti-surf.
We're gonna get some phone calls, Tom.
No, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Let's get to.
You don't surf and then go watch a football game. No. You surf and then you go get fucking fish tacos, bro. That's what you do. Hey, no, shut the fuck up, dude, because you don't even surf, dude. You don't know. When you're going down the line getting fucking pitted, bro, and then you come out of the water, all you want is fresh fish tacos from Baja fucking fish truck, all right?
You don't want to go see fucking Iowa State play fucking like Alhambra.
Dude, I don't even watch football. That shit's just way too crazy, dude. They stop, then they go, and there's too many commercials, dude. I'm more of like, dude, like I'll put on a soccer game, fucking play air pong or whatever it is, dude. Get some fish tacos, dude.
Kitty litter, we do. Yeah, get your kitty for your kitty litter, dude.
Hey, dude, you go to if you ever go to a dispensary, bro, they always have these crazy specials. They're like, hey, dude, if you get 4 grams of this little cushy right here, we give you 40 pounds of kitty litter for your kitty. It's called the Meow Special.
You sound like the little kid in like the first quarter of the movie who sells him his surfboard. It's like, hey, man. A lot of guys your age coming in here falling in love with the tubes, man.
I know.
It's crazy. You're going to get addicted to this life, man. A bunch of guys your age.
That kid,
and he goes, I'm 25.
Yeah, that kid outacted him in 15 seconds. And that beautiful cherub of a kid was
I think that kid
fall in love with it, and then he went off and was like...
That kid turned into either Zach Morris or Corey Haim, but neither. Does that make sense?
He's most likely not alive now.
Yeah, I think he actually is dead. Yeah.
He's too pretty.
This is for him. Shout out to him. Got this at that store from that scene.
He went to the wrong party.
Because we can kind of unpack here. Surfers become bank robbers.
Right.
They think of this other group of surfers that is just a bunch of bad essayers and bad guys that are selling
Nazis.
meth. Yeah, they're
called them
literal
Nazis.
Nazis.
They're Nazis.
Yeah.
No, they were Nazis. One had a Nazi tattoo on his
Do you
shoulder.
find that to be?
Back
I
off,
don't
war
find
child.
that to be like. Everybody talks about how the premise is preposterous and ridiculous. Surfers.
Well, it is.
I don't think it is. I think this is what movies are.
It is ridiculous, and that's why it's such an amazing movie.
But
they
why
made a
make
ridiculous
it-
plot.
Yeah, but why have then the take after the movie's out and the movie's fun to then still have the take of this is ridiculous?
Because they obviously don't watch it. Because people who watch it are like, oh, great. Do you know they passed a thing in the Academy Awards this year that all the Academy members
They
have
gotta
to
watch the movies.
watch the films?
Yeah.
So that just shows you
This
they don't.
country,
They watch
man.
clips or they hear about it and they go,
I watched I actually watched Amelia Perez on YouTube Shorts.
they're so stupid. And they gave Amora like Best Picture, but they passed up
It was
Dark Knight
Anora.
Rises.
Yeah.
I
Anora.
mean, I dug it though.
No, it wasn't
Yeah,
Anora.
Anora was fun.
Amora, which was back in 2012 when the Dark Knight
The
Rises
artist
came out.
The artist.
I'm gonna kill you. The movie Amor.
There's no movie called Amor.
Exactly.
That
It
won
won.
Best Picture.
It won like
That's
Best
not
Picture.
a movie that won.
Did Amor-
It was about two old people, like one of them dying
I
and
get
take
that.
care.
You're probably right, but that's not the name of it. It's not Amor.
It's called Amor.
I don't think a movie
Tom,
called
2012, Amor.
It was the artist in 2012. This is the pod.
I'm back
This
on-
is the podcast.
The artist was not 2012.
I'm back on Jeffrey
2013?
Dahmer again.
No,
I don't know
2012 was
what
Hurt Locker, which was directed by Kathryn Bigelow.
Amor.
No.
Wait, Amor.
It was
How do you spell it?
2010 was Hurt Locker. I
Okay,
think.
but that was a pretty good bit.
Yeah.
Because like that was cool.
We were
that
going,
we had
and I
that
give you.
moment.
I was not a good improv member.
Amor.
on that.
Like what time?
All right, no. Look up Look up Oscar-winning movies of all time,
all time.
and then just go down the list after 2010.
That sounds like a long.
It's just go on
This is a
Wikipedia.
fucking-
This guy.
No.
It's a laptop.
Okay, I got it right here. Amor, 2012 film.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
That
okay.
did not
With the
win
old
Best
people?
Picture. That is not a movie that won Best Picture. And isn't that Armor?
Give us about 5 minutes,
No,
people. We're gonna look this up.
They like this. Everyone at home, if you're on your phone right now and you're playing along, like and subscribe, rate and review.
Golden-
It helps
Wikipedia
us.
says
Golden
it never
Globe.
won anything.
Golden
Yes.
Globe for
Yeah.
Best Foreign Language Film.
Oh my God, this guy.
European Film Award for Best
So
Film.
you're wrong as fuck.
Oh, am I wrong as fuck or just a little
Yes.
wrong?
It's not even an American movie that's in the box office.
I know,
or
but
in
we
the
sure
zeitgeist.
went off about it.
You went off about how it won Best Picture when you should have
Okay.
just used Amelia Perez.
Sounds good. Amor starring Patrick Swayze. Where were we?
Lingo.
Jesus.
No, I love it. Okay.
So
no,
2012.
We were
And-
talking about what were we talking? No, we were talking about why is this like when the critics are coming out and it's like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves, it's Patrick Swayze, it's surfers, they're in President. Like it's
Yeah, it sounds
obvious-
stupid.
Yes,
It sounds dumb.
but that's what movies are. Look at the Fast and the Furious franchise is this movie. Guy goes undercover instead of surfboards.
Don't mess up
it's
my hot take.
Maseratis.
Don't mess up my hot take.
What's your hot take? Oh, is that what you were going to?
Yeah.
Oh,
Without Point Break, there is no Fast and Furious.
I think that's a pretty lukewarm take.
No, it's
you
not.
got to save something hotter. Hot take needs to be like, I think they should have killed Lori Petty.
That's a not take.
A nut take?
Lori Petty is a fucking
Let's
treasure.
debate it. Why do you?
Why do you? I mean, I have
she brings
issues.
a ton of anxiety to the picture.
You
I
just
do
don't like
her
girls with
voice.
short hair, dude.
I like her voice.
Huh?
I like her voice.
See, I
a
think
lot.
I like her voice. I like her eyes. She's athletic. She's cute. She looks like the girl that would run into a room. You're like, I want to hang out with her.
Can you do? See, that's where I'll push back. Is she's a whiner, man? She whines. The only time I felt bad for her when Keanu was a dick and was like, "My parents are dead too."
She's a whiner.
They died. He could have literally said anything to her in that moment. Yeah, they got hit by a taco
I
truck.
feel like Sean would want to throw a TV dinner at her. You're
Oh,
a
yeah.
fucking whiner.
No, I was.
Get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that there was going to be like a bigger bad who worked at Patrick's Roadhouse
slapped
right
her
there
around
on
a little
Peace.
bit?
No, who was just like, get out of here, you're cooked. And then she goes out and starts surfing, and then their boards bang and they hit heads. And then instead of him fighting that other guy later because he was in his surf space, he gets into a fight, which kind of happens with her. Boom, Lori Petty.
Oh my god. Who does Lori Petty remind you of? Ex-girlfriend that pissed you
No,
off?
it's she brings anxiety to the picture.
Okay.
Like, she's buzzy. What's going on? She dated Bodhi.
Tom,
I feel like fully I disagree because she was like
as an ambassador for anxiety, Tom. How did you feel about her?
She had a small part.
She had like parts where like I kept saying like they could have picked a prettier girl, but
she was always cranky.
Her character was like she was never.
The thing is,
I thought she was cranky.
Originally, they wanted the typical California girl, whatever, and then she came in and crushed the audition.
Yeah, they're like, we want somebody who looks exactly like Keanu Reeves, like kind of long black hair, really skinny, like androgynous,
a mousy Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lauren said like, she's not attractive in any way, and I'm like, I have a fit tingle.
I get a tingle too. Speaking of tingle, we are presented by Lineage. Lineage Texas whiskey. Lineage for when you want to check to see if that girl is your cousin before you hit on her. Lineage Texas whiskey.
Yeah, I think they're called Lineage because they bought out 23andMe. I think that's where all your data is going to.
That's where my data's in here.
Yeah.
It turns out I'm 8% Cherokee. Thanks, Lineage Texas whiskey.
23andMe. Oh, hilarious.
Liquid 23andMe, brought to you by Lineage. Hey, Balcony, I heard you're making a whiskey called Lineage down in Texas. Why don't you go shove it up your butt, big butthole Balboni? That's what we called you, Balcony. Hey, Balcony, you want a sponsor? Give me 5 in a duffel bag.
This is how you get sponsored by a whiskey brand is.
All right, one more. I got one more.
What do you got, one more?
Hey, Balcones. How you doing? Yeah. Hey, I like how you put the thing on there. How many hours did it take you down at the balcony?
I think it's
that red thing. You gotta have that red thing like make us Mac.
I think it's pronounced Lineage. They're French. It's actually a Bordeaux. They're aged in Bordeaux barrels for 4 years.
So you know the sales rep over at Balcones, you're going to call him, make a deal happen. All right, we'll see what you got to do. Clean up, go home.
You know something about you, Sean, you got a big mouth, all right? when you start talking about my friend Whiskey Balconio here, you got a big mouth. Right?
Hey, when you start talking to Joey Utah, Johnny Montana over here, Johnny Unitas, Joey Utah, that's where they got the name.
Shut your mouth, put you in a mayonnaise jar.
All right, I'll go home.
All right.
Okay. All right, we are not presented because they're going to fire us.
Okay, well, they'll take them back right now if we do. Yeah.
Okay, real quick. How great is the surfing footage in this movie? Like, this is before YouTube, obviously. This is before GoPro. I think they kind of were the pioneers on GoPro through some of the running scenes. I read some of the stuff of really specific cameras for the running through the Venice canals and throwing dogs and kicking dogs.
They were doing they were doing cutting edge. Actually, they were doing cutting edge.
Fucking everything. Fucking
no, the
Steadicam
Steadicam stuff. But actually, it was the first shot with John C. McGinley where he's walking through the FBI station.
Oh, that was so Aaron Sorkin. I was like, dude, this is a sharp script.
It was good.
That took them 23 hours.
I was just gonna say, dude,
to do
like
that scene.
It took them the whole day,
like in the entire the precinct.
Yep.
Oh, and
because it was a very walk and talk Steadicam, which anybody if there's any steady cameras out there, it's really tough.
And McGinley that whole time is
with people
such
crossing.
A prick.
Oh yeah,
you're young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yep.
He says that on the guy's first day.
If you knew something, then you know it, but you don't know it, and that's why you're here knowing it because you don't know it. And then maybe if you didn't know it, then you wouldn't know you know it.
It's like Dr. Cox, relax. All right, this isn't Scrubs. You're in this movie to get punched by Busey at the end.
He has less of a lip than I do, and I have no lip.
I don't know how he got so many SWAT captains
because he's swarmy. He plays a swarmy dickhead guy. You're waiting to punch him from the first scene.
Wait, so what was he in before? Because I don't remember him.
So he was in Die Hard 2, Die Hard. He's in. When you look up John C.
I got you.
John C. He's in there. You can just click on him. John C. He's. Is it?
Don't want to do my job.
I think this is one of.
No, he's in one. It's not Heat or Is it Heat? Is it?
No.
It's something we've watched.
He has no lip.
Lethal Web?
No.
Okay. He's got no lip.
He's in.
Will you look up
Stand Against Evil, the animal?
No. Go back to the 90s.
I'm going back. God damn.
Go to the filmography. What is it? He's a SWAT guy in another one.
Oh, he's in Office Space. I remember that. Got that. I'm getting there.
He's in Office Space.
He is in Office Space. Humongous role, obviously, in Office Space. Is one of
Are
the
you
biggest...
a fan of Michael Bolton? Yeah, he's all right. You're goddamn right he is.
He's in 7.
Oh, I think that's what I'm thinking of. He's a SWAT guy in 7.
Oh, that's right. Cool.
And it's like,
another great action film.
Interesting choice. A real
So surfing
footage.
they had I forget, it wasn't Laird Hamilton, but it was another professional surfer who was a consultant, but then they also had another professional surfer who doubled for Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze actually didn't want him to do it. Patrick was like, I can do it.
Swayze wanted to like eat a cow's ass on set. That's how devoted this guy was to just doing
for that cow ass eating scene. Yeah, he wants to do all his own ass eating
Gary
stunts.
Busey said, "I'm so hungry I could eat the ass out of a rhino right now."
I'm so hungry I could eat the ass end out of a rhino right now.
I've never been that hungry in my entire life.
And every time I think that, I think of
Ex-presidents are surfers. And he's got his eyes like this. They're beating. The ex-presidents are surfers.
Scott, did you not when he said...
Are you mad? Good. Makes you feel like you're alive, right?
Up on Mulholland at the drop car, which wasn't a drop car. On Mulholland, these are Venice West Side cops. Did you not, when he goes, I could eat the ass head out of a rhino, did you not think of Jim Carrey coming out of the ass head of a rhino?
That's my first thought.
Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah. It's great.
Mommy!
I loved that scene up on Mulholland, though, where it's
Yeah.
like, you know that's the best place in L.A. to rip a cig and get your flask on.
It is
That is a sad overlook.
They use that overlook in Heat. They used it
City's
in
alive.
in
You look
Commando.
out and you go, City's alive,
Yeah,
boys.
Lincoln Lights.
And then he gives him that little that was a good Keanu. That was GK. That was good Keanu. Will you give that
Keanu's
GK?
little, like, his quips back are terrible. When he's like,
Yeah.
you're not going to
And when he
start
waves-
chanting at me, are you?
When he waves at him at the pool, when he takes off the blindfold, I'm like,
Hi.
You're literally 9.
Dumb quarterback.
Vaya con Dios.
Oh my God. When he goes up to him at the end of the movie, when he goes up to Swayze at the end of the movie, he's like, you lost something here, bro.
Yo, dude, his bra was a
Bra,
joke,
he said
bra.
bra.
He goes,
Brah.
brah.
Yeah. Looks like
Brah.
you lost. Looks like you left something behind, brah. Johnny Utah. Knew I could count on you.
Yeah, he's halfway to
So
death,
terrible.
and he goes, Johnny Utah.
You know Patrick Swayze at that line was like, Johnny Utah, knew I could count on you.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. Can we run that back from one?
Swayze,
Yeah, he did the bra thing again.
So he looked great.
Swayze is a good guy,
Swayze.
but can be like kind of a brand. Not Brando. Obviously, Brando's a prick, but he wouldn't show up to do the poster shoot.
Yeah.
So
But you know why, though, right?
Hold on. On the poster, I just want to get this little fun fact out. On the poster, you see Keanu and then Swayze Bodhi. And it's like tight shots from the movie. And then you see 3 of the ex-presidents. And one of the other guys had to wear the Reagan mask because Swayze wouldn't come to the photo shoot.
Cool. I like how you put a CH in his name.
Is it
Swayze?
It's Swayze.
I thought it was,
Yeah.
I
thought it was Swayze. Am I thinking of the rapper?
What's
I
the
met her
CH
at a
for?
backyard block party by the bar.
What is
she
that?
kept looking at me like she knew who
You know
I
Swayze?
was. That's Swayze.
Oh, yeah. No,
Did you, he literally just melted down.
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
That was like a summer jam back in the day.
bruh.
No, I listen to good music. But not
Oh,
this
this guy.
Schwayze.
He's got a chip on his shoulder the size
do,
of
fucking
You know,
Swayze's
it came
It's those short-haired girls.
It came out when you were probably like a freshman in high school. I mean, freshman in college.
Probably.
What were some of those lines that Swayze was
Swayze.
saying to Keanu in the helicopter? I thought of you
In the plane.
Or yeah.
plane.
The really tiny little plane where they all pack their own chutes, but do they? Who
But
packs
that
the
was-
chutes?
that was-
Goddamn
Such a
pure
great
adrenaline,
scene.
all right? Some guys shoot a jab a vein for it. All you got to do is jump.
Oh, and then his dude, when he was doing his campfire speech,
Yeah.
I literally wanted to go be a criminal.
Dude, he was great
I
in
fell in
that.
love with him.
That was
I go, Bodhi.
I like
dude.
the other guy
One
giving the speech.
name,
He's like,
Bodhi.
and he's spraying the beer on him, and the guy's like, "Yeah, man, and your balls are this big, dude."
Wait, so for me watching it the first time ever,
Yeah.
it was like that plane scene. I like assumed that they had already like settled the backpacks properly and knew like what they're gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
So the whole
They
time
make it
I'm
look like,
they're
yeah.
gonna fucking kill, like he's gonna die,
fucking with
and
him.
that was like nice for me to. It didn't happen, but I remember being like, "Fuck, he's gonna his parachute's gonna like fail," and so I'm like dying the whole time, and then they just land. I'm like, damn.
I know. I just was waiting
They
for like
got him.
another stupid line from Keanu, like one of his little side lines. Like he grabs the backpack and he's like, "It's full of candy. It's a pinata."
Dude, weren't all of Bodhi's boys giving Wangro Like they were all pared down versions of Wangro. Jean jacket, blonde hair, greasy.
Wangro's disgusting.
I know, but the one guy at the end, he's like, or like Swayze was given that whole. I love that moment where he's like,
Rosie,
his whole thing
Rosie.
about his exposition dialogue about what Rosie's gonna do. I can't stop him. He's one of those guys. He gets an idea in his head and he goes.
Yeah. Damn it, Johnny! I hate violence,
Johnny,
man. I hate violence,
there, Johnny.
But if Rosie, you give him my idea, he just goes. He just goes, man. And if I'm not there by 6 o'clock, he's gonna gut her like a fish, and there's nothing I can do.
Yes, best scene in the movie right there. That was my favorite moment. Or when Bodhi and Utah are
I am an FBI.
Yep. When they're riding waves earlier in the movie, and they're just having a full-on conversation at the top of the peak, at the top of the point, like the Point Break or whatever. Yeah. They're up there like, oh yeah, Johnny, Johnny. And he's like, I'm like, are you guys talking about groceries right now? Yeah, we're getting bread, and we're gonna get some
But that's
water.
what you do when you're surfing. You can hear people.
Yeah, it was just the amount of time. They were like at the top for an hour.
Yeah.
Like,
this is a good wave.
Oh, dude.
Point Break, dude. But
Dude.
when they're like jumping off they're all skydiving. They're all talking. I'm like, you can't hear shit when you're skydiving.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Nope.
The beach boink. When they boink on the beach, I just go, you can't be putting the beach boink out into the universe at that time. Remember the DNA that they were finding at the scene, all the stuff that was in the sand? Arsenic.
No, it was in the hair. That was in the hair.
Oh, it was? But it's from the beach.
Yeah, but it's in the hair though.
But he got it from the beach, and they're boinking at the beach.
No, they didn't get the evidence from the beach. They got the evidence from the crime scene.
But they knew that they were surfers based on what was in their hair from the beach.
I know, but they're not. Beach. But I think you're missing the point. No crime unit was combing the
I know that
beach for semen.
No. This isn't CSI where there's semen everywhere. There's a Encyclopedia Britannica over there covered in semen.
Jizz everywhere.
No, I'm saying it's like, don't boink at the beach, bro. Sand. Go back. The house was right there. The biggest house party. Everybody was doing MDMA.
Have you ever boinked on the sand?
Smoking.
Have you ever boinked on the beach?
I haven't beach boinked. Well, I'm not trying to get tetanus.
It's gross. Don't do it.
You can't riff a negative unless you
question
boinked on the beach.
Is that, okay. So they get the hair, right?
Yeah.
They get the hair, and they can tell the levels of arsenic, all the shit in the hair.
Yeah.
So he goes, we're going to go find other people's hairs.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just go to they can just test the water, because that water will be the same as what's in the hair.
Well, I think they were trying to test the guys.
Yeah,
the actual dudes.
Because he's like, well, when the hair's tested, we can find what beach you're surfing at. I'm like, just go to the beaches and surfing at, and you'll find the exact same amount of whatever.
If you know anything about biochemistry and
mitochondria DNA,
then you would know that in the mitochondria in the hair and the Ceylon, I don't know what the fuck.
I'm 25, bro. You gotta go
fucking
down.
Science. Is that your bone to pick? You're like,
that was no BTB.
I had a real quick take up. I think Johnny Utah's character, who is based on a combination of Johnny Unitas and Joe Montana.
Yep, I love it.
I love it. Yeah,
no way.
I love that. Some coked up guy just chugged a Budweiser and was like, Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana.
It's like, I can't.
Johnny fucking Utah, dude. Yep. Call Joel Silver right now. He's not up. Call John Peters right now.
Utah.
He's not up. Call Jerry Bruckheimer right now. He's not up. Call Don Simpson. He's dead. Call Jimmy Cams. All right, his wife's on it. Awesome. Okay,
sounds good.
Shit. What was I just saying?
Blue Flame Special.
No. Oh yeah, no. But I was saying something. What was it?
Boinking on the beach.
Boinking. No, it was after that.
That's that. It was
Johnny Utah's character needs to be the guy that comes into the courtroom and speaks at every victim impact statement sentencing hearing, where he can just come up to the dais, no matter what the crime is, and just go, "People died, and you gotta go down," and the judge is going to give him the max sentence.
Yeah.
Because that is such a great line. Even Swayze in the moment was like, damn, you know what? I think I do need to go down. I think you're going to take me in right now. I'm not going to ride this amazing
He's like talking
wave.
to him before. He's like, looks like you left something behind, bro. And then he's like, yeah. And they're like talking for a second. And he's like, you crossed the line. People trusted you and they died. You've got to go down.
And
That's better acting than him. That's great.
Also, one last reason why I think that he was on drugs.
Why
I think Swayze was on drugs. When he turns in the bank to shoot the cop.
Yeah.
He didn't want to.
I know he didn't, but it was that look and that shaky.
I think you need to do more drugs, Sean.
Well, I'm trying to think of a take that I haven't done before that no one's ever said. Like, I've never heard this take. Because he is looked at as the...
So you think it's like how Pacino was chipping coke in Heat?
I don't think it's a character thing. I think it's a thing that like is for the audience to maybe interpret on their own. Everyone in their ether thinks that they're geniuses.
Bodhi is a guy
they think he's a genius.
Drops drugs a lot.
I think they are all on drugs.
Right. So he's like the Charles Manson of the group.
Yeah, like he can get... And like, that's why I think like throughout the movie, Keanu becomes a terrible guy. Not like terrible, but like he lies to Lori Petty. He uses Lori Petty. He changes some of the ways that he does things.
But that's not
late to the raid. Like he ends up.
But that's not him becoming a bad guy.
I know.
It's in the beginning, and then he makes up for it. He just gets caught up.
He makes up for it, but like in the sense of he falls into the love of the surf, basically, like that lifestyle, partying. Like he's late for his own raid because he's hungover, banging on the beach. Right. That to me, the whole kind of arc of him is like, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a microcosm, but it's like when I look at Bodhi, I'm trying to look at it of, I love this guy. I'm obsessed with this guy, which is what all the people who kind of followed Manson were thinking. Now, I'm not comparing him to Manson, but but getting like that moment when they're at the beach and the one kid is like, I'm scared, Bodhi.
And I'm really, really scared, man. I am fucking scared.
This is real deal, man. FBI.
Was that his little brother too? Because he's picking him up.
That's the thing. Is like,
I got your little brother.
It was just always
he's
like
just a younger guy.
And the bank saying like we get shot.
Yeah. Okay. And like, I'm not saying that. I would say that maybe I have a 5% chance of Kathryn Bigelow one day being like, oh, that's a pretty good theory. Maybe he was on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not arguing that this is the take. I'm just saying food for thought. I kind of think like
I don't disagree with what you're saying. I was just saying that shot of him bringing up the gun. I didn't see that. But
no. I'm saying it's.
I have a good take to come off that
when
though.
When I put it all together of the late nights, the middle of the nights, the way he acted on the beach, the whole he's amazing at fighting, doesn't feel pain, like the whole just the bohemian lifestyle mixed in with Lori Petty, criminal, like it just feels like there might be a little something there. But go ahead.
I think my take on it is that they mirror each other well, Johnny Utah and Bodhi. I think Bodhi is more narcissistic and almost like a psychopath in a way. Because if you notice, his whole objective is freedom. That's all he wants is freedom. He doesn't like the system. He wants freedom. Right. So what he wants is that ultimate. He's like she says. He's always chasing that ultimate thing, which is that huge way for him.
He says it halfway
but he doesn't.
Through the movie.
And he says,
"You got to be willing to pay the ultimate price."
And just like you said Manson earlier. Well, look at it this way: he's a leader. He's the cult leader they look towards, right? They all want to go when they get a glimpse of reality. This is FBI. We should stop fucking around. He's like, no, guys.
This is when we ramp it up.
Spiritual. This is when we ramp it up. And the thing is you see in the end,
Hannah savings and loan.
Yep. You see in the end, his little brother, whatever, or that guy gets shot in the bank. He doesn't carry him out. He doesn't go back for him. He doesn't say we should stop. He leaves him there to die. Yep.
Wait,
and at the end. Yeah.
He does try to bring him, and the other guy says, we can't get him out of here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so almost. And then in the end,
that's good.
The end with Rosie, he shows his true colors, that he's really doesn't care about any of them.
No.
He doesn't care about Lori Petty.
No,
his friend dies in the desert. He runs. You see Rosie going like this, checking on him. And if you watch closely in the end, Rosie goes up like, oh man, like this. And Swayze leans over him, grabs the money, and taps Rosie. Let's get the fuck out of here. Showing you a last look that he really didn't care about any of these guys. It's that whole fake thing. We're love, we're whatever. But he only has one vision, and he's selfish. He just wants that, and whoever's going to get in his way is going to die. And he would have shot. He would have shot Johnny Utah. Absolutely. But Utah had the chance to shoot him and didn't shoot him. And that's the trajectory. Is in the beginning, Johnny Utah comes in and is opposite. He's very, even though he's a quarterback or whatever, he's very closed-minded.
Ohio State University.
He's very stiff.
I'm from Ohio State.
He's very stiff. He's trying to learn things. He's trying to prove himself, whatever. And then he meets Bodhi, and Bodhi loosens him up, and then he becomes loose at the end. So then you notice at the end, Keanu Reeves becomes the more loose guy. Yep. He cares about people. Yep. He really realizes it's not about the job. It's not about this.
It's only about
He has his number one objective is to bust these guys, but he's not willing to kill anybody to do it.
Right.
Bodhi is like, love, everything. We're just whatever. It's not about the money. But in the end, you see, it's all about the money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so Bodhi is actually narcissistic and has very psychopathic tendencies. He just covers it up under the whole mythos of like, oh, it's about the spirit, it's about freedom, which I think he believes, but he's just a selfish dude.
Well said.
Thank you.
Very
nice.
well
that was
said.
really good.
Nice.
That's my dissertation.
Right
well, wonderful mission statement on Point Break and Paramount Pictures.
Did it sound rehearsed?
It made me think of like the whole Ohio State of it. Like I would love like a prequel of him busting. Where's my fish tacos in Columbus? Yeah. I'm in the biggest city in Ohio, and like they don't even have shrimp tops.
Can I just carry this board around and say, yeah, and get you stoned and say, bruh?
You're like, Keanu,
hey, I'm looking for your hair at the beach, bruh.
Dude, you've got the most gnarly critter about to crawl in your ear.
Dude, I got it, bro. And the other dude's looking at him like, all right, dude. I think that guy was...
They said radical, too.
Yeah, that was good.
This guy's radical.
That's
not how you say radical. You don't say radical.
Gnar, sledge, crush, whiz in the... This is basically before Pauly Shore.
This is your wake-up call, Bodhi. I am an FBI agent.
Fuck.
Ain't it cool?
Oh, man, it's so good. Let's get into a couple of fun facts here before we do box office,
Utah,
Rotten Tomatoes,
give me
and the hot take. Johnny and Bodhi catching waves and going over their grocery list and talking about the internet before it's invented and coming up with business plans when they spent 45 minutes at the top of the wave just talking. Ah, Johnny! Bodhi! They're just screaming at each other at the top of the wave. That was actually shot during the day. They couldn't get it at night, so it was changed in post. I thought that was impressive.
They do that in a lot of movies
for 91 because
like bright
when
moonlight.
You look at it, there's cloud. Like it just felt. How is this not the night?
They do that in a lot of, or I don't know now, but back then they did it in a lot of night shots, especially when you're on the ocean.
Yeah,
because you can't film the night in the ocean, so they would do that.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that was interesting. And then, like you said, Utah. Give me two. He ad-libbed that.
Yeah,
that's a Scary Busey special right there. I mean, if you have him on set.
Well, everybody said everybody who was in that movie was like, Gary Busey is a gem to work with.
Scary Busey on this one.
Oh, yeah.
He was great before.
Yeah, we'll go on tangents.
I only knew Gary Busey after he was fucking psycho, so that was good to see him less psycho, where he was just...
Well, I mean, you look at him, he went from
Busey.
like Lethal Weapon, and then you see him in this.
Mr. Joshua.
Like, wow, yeah.
What did you think of his performance in this? Like when he got...
It's amazing.
When he got knocked out at the end, that was a gut punch. I think it was so funny.
When they pull him over, he's just like
Scott. He gets shot 50 times point blank with a shotgun, and he goes, "I don't have much time."
Like, bro, your insides are blasted out of you.
You don't have a pelvis. Stop talking and think of the two.
Your spleen's over there.
I mean, I could watch that guy
every
talk
time
about
Gary
those
Busey's like
sandwiches.
running in that film, like when he was running, like and he's about to get shot. Why does he look? He looks like everyone's dad about like running because their car's about to get towed.
Yeah,
Also,
exactly.
God damn it, that's my El Camino. God damn it.
He ordered 2 meatball subs.
Yo,
Two meatball subs.
He wanted 3 at the end. He's actually got 3.
Tom, go around that corner.
Tom?
There's meatballs. There's sandwich shop. They got best meatball sandwich. Best I've ever had. Give me 2. Give me 2, Tom.
I thought during the raid scene, I wanted those other FBI guys to get killed.
Same.
Like, I know that's passe, maybe passe.
How about Tom Sizemore?
Yes. And I saw it and I go, no cred?
You think I like this fucking hair?
I saw that and I go, what movie is this? Is this Heat? Am I watching Heat? It's
great.
He felt like the same exact guy from Heat. You know how Marcellus Wallace was in Mission Impossible? That was the same guy from Heat. It was the same guy.
No, he's way different in Heat. In Heat, he's like doesn't talk much. Do me a favor,
Such a great
Slick.
improv team member.
Don't talk.
Busey was incredible.
But I like your take.
Ridley Scott was almost the director on this. I'm glad it went to Bigelow here because I felt like this movie could have been darker. It could have been really because it gets dark. Like,
well, look at the difference
it's
between
really dark.
Look at the difference between Kathryn Bigelow and I think it's Erickson Core, the guy who did the 2015 version.
Oh, that movie's PG-13, Daddy.
Right. But even if it was R, it would have been garbage.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's...
And the difference is, and a lot of people say this, she's a woman. She brought the romance to it, meaning the romance between Utah, and it was really
Bodhi.
a love story between two totally opposite characters going in different arcs.
Yeah.
Like I said, Bodhi going from, I'm the good guy, I'm just against the system. I'm about freedom, love.
Nope,
He's
he
an
wants
asshole.
the vault.
He's
When
an
he
asshole.
goes for the vault, everything
fucking vault.
changes.
He's an asshole.
Yep.
And then Keanu, who's like, oh, I'm the strict FBI guy. I have something to prove, to throwing my badge in the water. I don't want to do this. I don't believe in it. I'm really not a cop.
Yeah, that was dope. When
And,
he threw the badge in the water, I was like,
when he-
"That's
when-
so got it."
too.
Well, a lot of people
It's a
don't really-
5-yard slant route to the receiver off the left
that
side.
line that he says was everything. When he goes, still surfing, and he goes, every day.
Every day, brah.
Yeah.
Brah.
Every day.
But that was the movie.
Pitted.
That was the movie. Because he's showing like Patrick Swayze, you're a piece of shit. You killed all these people. You crossed the line.
You gotta
left,
go down.
and now you're sitting here staring into the ocean like this is all I'm here for. And you killed everybody. And Swayze's line that he says back to him, he goes, "Yep, got pretty crazy." Like he doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and he's like,
And-
because my knee went back up into my face.
Yeah.
Or what did he say?
Till my knee got bent 90 degrees in the opposite direction.
Up into my own butt. Brah.
Brah.
Oh my God, you guys.
What?
5 minutes into this movie, we see a full male butthole tight shot rewatch.
Ooh, it was really
That's how
good.
they caught him.
Because fun fact, that's how they catch
that
him.
there? See
But
that there?
They literally show his ass,
I know that butthole.
and you see his whole.
Dairy abuse. See that butthole? Tastes like arsenic.
Is that not NC-17? You can show a butthole.
Well,
Scott, it's
be
a
real.
full butthole.
Let's be
and they
real.
It's a
show it
man
again.
butthole,
it was just a crime.
Oh, fuck that. I hate misogyny. Oh, yeah, we can show a man's full, hairy, tainted asshole, but we can't show a woman's left
They
nip.
didn't show it like in the butthole. It was shadowed.
There
Pull it
was
up.
nibs though, by the way. So I'm not gonna pull
Scott,
it up.
Pull it up.
I swear on my life, you see the whole of this guy's butt.
You don't.
Yes,
Do I
you
have to
do.
Google this,
You don't see the butthole.
Go to...
I don't want to Google this.
All right. Save this for post pod. All
break
right, for all of our
butthole.
subscribers, come back for the quick reel next week where we
Butthole
full
shot.
look through the butthole through the lens of society in 2020.
You know who's going to comment and find it is fucking Epstein's Noose.
We are presented by Balcones Butthole Shots. Balcones. Are you arguing with your buddies on if a butthole was featured in a movie? Well, then drink
That is a
Balcones.
butthole, holy shit.
Yes, the hole's in it.
a
We
hole.
got
I
it
see
right
the
here.
hole.
We've got the
me see
hole.
the fucking
Yep,
hole.
show the hole. They show the
there's a
hole.
hole
You
right
see his
there.
hole? No, you see his hole.
Circling
Scott's
the
like
hole.
getting out his bifocal.
That's the hole.
Jesus.
That's anus.
Scott,
Which
you
shows
look
me
at
you
like I'm
paused-
wrong. No,
you
I
paused the
didn't.
movie.
See, fuck you.
You paused
Fuck you
the
for being
movie.
You're being a dirty ass bitch right now. I knew that was a
No
hole.
judgment, dude.
All right, whatever.
Short hair and buttholes.
Hey, why
dude.
don't you go see a Matthew Broderick picture?
I fucking will.
It comes at you pretty fast. That's why
If you don't stop and smell the buttholes, you might miss them.
We are presented by Balcones Buttholes. Balcones for your butthole.
Can't wait.
We just lost
Can't
them
wait
as
to
a sponsor.
sponsorship. Yeah, it's great.
No,
Great.
he's got a great sense of humor. Guy I've never met. Okay. Okay, fun facts. Any more on your guys' end? Because this one didn't have a ton. This is one of those that I like where it's like pretty solid production. Swayze, Keanu, both been around the block. Bigelow, James Cameron's involved. This
That
is
was
a
not
tight shit.
that was not Australia where he was at. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God. I saw Astoria, Oregon. It was giving Seattle. It was giving Pacific
giving-
Northwest.
it was
Indian Beach,
CNW one.
Oregon.
Yeah, it was giving Oregon.
Indian Beach, Oregon.
Yeah, because it's usually like that in Australia,
Australia.
like Gold Coast.
We'll get him when he comes back in.
Or what are you, Michael Rooker in?
Yeah, pretty much.
You let her go! Don't you let her go!
You didn't have to explain to her goddamn family.
You can't bring that back.
I can't.
Do you have any funny facts? Yeah, Broderick. It was mostly
Broderick,
casting.
Sheen,
Yeah, they offered it to Willem Dafoe. I think at one point I read that Willem
Val
Dafoe.
Kilmer,
Bodhi?
too, Fuck.
Both. They wanted Willem. For
Willem
this,
Dafoe would have been
'cause-
good at Bodhi.
Oh my God, maybe too scary.
Maybe
Too scary, but
Plus,
he would have
he's
pulled it
got-
off.
His dick would have never worked in the wetsuit, as we've talked about on this podcast. Willem Dafoe's penis is alarming. And
Why?
yeah.
Is it big?
Can you look? No,
it's
no,
got
this
spikes.
is true.
I'm not going to Google his penis.
No. Just can you do this just to justify
Wait,
this?
wait. Slow down.
He
Slow
was
down.
on a movie where he was playing either Jesus or some sort of risen angel.
Yeah, he played both.
Am I doing Willem Dafoe penis?
Are you being
Or am I
serious? No.
my God, Tom.
Alarming penis. And then just see if like a
Alarming.
Vixer article comes up or like an IndieWire. What does it
Stun
say?
penis.
Yeah, so they had to use a
Your search history is wild, by the
Scott,
way. You're looking up
fucking
buttholes,
Scott,
penises.
They had to
Hey,
use.
this is the best thing
They
I've looked
had
at
to
lately.
use
This
a
is
prosthetic penis.
Someone's going to look through your history, Tom. It's going to say, Surfer's Butthole, Willem Dafoe's Penis.
Sex wax.
There is a band called Butthole Surfers.
You guys,
They're great.
Can we get back on butthole here?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
So Willem Dafoe's penis.
Dafoe's penis is alarming. They had to use a prosthetic.
I can't wait for this to be a clip, Tony. Thank you.
They had to use a prosthetic one on this movie because it was
To make it
freaking out
smaller?
people. Don't look at pictures. I'm looking for an article.
I gotta
Willem
know about
Dafoe's scary penis. Willem Dafoe jarring penis. It was upsetting people on set that they had to bring in a prosthetic. Anyway,
It's a Green Goblin.
There's so many This is crazy.
that was pretty good. That was pretty good. For me doing impressions. I felt like my Swayze was pretty decent earlier too. And
But as Willem Dafoe's penis, you sounded pretty convincing.
well, I am what I eat. Okay.
Whoa.
Hold on, I'm going to get there because this is...
No, you're
actually-
you're
it's
not.
getting
You should have
weirder.
been there 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, there's too many
any more
articles about
any
it
more
that are
fun
different.
facts? Willem Dafoe.
Dafoe's penis.
3 seconds.
I think
hold
that
on.
blew everybody away.
One thing it says, Willem Dafoe, the man, the myth, the enormous dick.
Yeah, it's huge and weird.
Of course it's
Alarming
weird.
is the word that I go back to.
I am so sorry to anybody listening that we're
Why
going
are we
off on this.
This is why they come.
We'll talk about it
This
after,
is why
I
they
guess.
come to the pod is for this fodder.
Rumor has it
Fodder.
We gotta.
that beloved actor Willem Dafoe has a truly enormous penis.
Yes, it's not a rumor.
Apparently,
It's
it's remarkably
fact.
large member, as in many people have remarked how big it is, but it's so scary. But is the big dick hype true?
So they had to put a prosthetic in that movie. They had to tuck it between his legs and
They
put a
make it
smaller penis.
smaller. That's wild.
Oh
Good
my
for
God.
Would you fuck me?
Good for
I'd fuck
you.
me.
Oh,
That's
Would you fuck me?
oh God, he's just.
Come on, tuck it and give me some Buffalo Bill.
Would you fuck me?
Okay. All right, we got to do box office and Rotten Tomatoes and
Oh
get
my
out of here on a
God.
hot take. Okay. What do you think the budget was for the 1991 smash Point Break, R-rated?
Wait, our hot takes though.
That's at the end. Hot
Oh,
take
yeah,
at the
hot
end.
takes at
Yep,
the end.
box office, Rotten Tomatoes, hot takeies.
Well, if I was gonna think of what
What's it gonna be?
box office was, I would say, bro, that maybe it was the
No, the
box
budget.
o-
The budget.
budget.
Bruh.
Slow down.
Yeah.
The budget
Nar.
was 30 million.
Okay, Tom?
30 million.
What do you think the budget for Point Break?
Not looking at it yet. I say less.
Okay.
25.
24 milli. Nice call. You both went over,
I
but
get it every time, wild cat.
how can you see us? Okay.
I love this movie, by the way.
Oh,
I would
yeah,
say
fucking rips.
I would say
about to
I
say
was
rips.
more
It
excited
ripped.
to do this movie than probably any other movie we've done.
It was the first.
I love this movie.
You didn't seem that excited. I thought Predator.
Well, we started talking about buttholes and dicks and
That was
all that
49 minutes in, and I'm keeping track, so I know.
I just know. I look on your face. You
Okay.
look like you were in the butthole
Yeah,
dick
the butt-
talking. I knew you were going to bring up Willem Dafoe again.
We are presented by Balcones. You're talking about butts with your boys? Get Balcones. Okay. Okay, what was the box office?
Tired of booty bump and cocaine? All right.
This is
Coachella.
R-rated, 1991.
Yeah.
You know what else came out that year? R-rated.
Screen.
And just for all our Los Angeles fans, we are going to be doing T2 live and
Live.
in person May 23rd, the Buddy Cop Live.
Ooh, so
Come
if anybody
see us.
wants to come, you're welcome to come through. We'll have popcorn. We'll have
Free popcorn,
fog machines.
BYOB, fog machines, canvas, cops, badges,
Yep.
red light.
Edward
district.
Furlong will be here parking your cars, tipping well.
We're working on Eddie Furlong. Not looking good in just his existing as a person. But Linda Hamilton is on retainer.
Yeah.
But she said that she can only come and flex.
Right. And
Okay.
I think you told her she has to grow her hair out if she comes.
Yeah, she can't
no
be short hair. Linda Hammies.
No.
Okay, box office in 84.
You must
Or,
have
I'm
hated
sorry.
Alien 3.
Box
Okay.
office in 91. Sorry, I was thinking of the original Terminator. What was the box office gross on the 1991 R-rated smash Point Break?
The box office would be, so it was 24 million.
Was the budgie.
Okay, I would say that it made in the box office 85 to 90 million.
Okay. Do you know?
I already know.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
84. Nice job. Cruising
Thank
down
you.
the street in my 84. Nice.
64.
Okay, so 84, it's a hit, it's a smash. Back then, I mean, like, that's what did we got for inflation?
194 million.
Yeah, that's a big bop.
Whoa.
That's almost 200 milli.
Wow. Wow.
Big.
That's big inflation for that time. For a movie about surfing.
Box office.
Who makes 94
Understand.
million
Yo,
on a movie
over here.
about surfing?
Wow. Get out of here. Okay. This established Keanu to do actions. Then he went on to do Speedies.
Yep.
A lot of Johnny Wicks, obviously Matrix, a lot of actions. and
Bill and
Swayze-
Teddy's parts 2.
This felt like Swayze's
twosies.
kind of last, like, dark fucking, like, I felt like he could have churned out like 9 of these Bodhies.
Right. He did
was
Roadhouse
so good,
after
man.
this, and then it
To
was.
be
I think that was
slim-
his
Wait,
high.
no, wasn't
his high
Roadhouse
horse.
in the 80s?
No.
Let's check. Can we check on Roadhouse? I feel like Roadhouse was 80s.
What do my job over here?
Nope.
I think
Roadhouse was
Roadhouse
after
was-
Ghost.
I think Ghost was 88.
Oh, by the way, that's why in the last scene that his hair's short and Keanu's
From
is
Ghost. Roadhouse 89. Yeah.
bad.
That's okay.
And
It's a podcast.
and Keanu's is longer.
Yeah.
Is because Keanu had already started filming Bill and Ted's 2.
Oh, shit.
And they filmed this in post, and then Swayze was coming off Ghost.
Oh, okay. Sexy.
Also, Swayze couldn't be for the chase scenes, like a lot of the chase scenes.
Yeah, you couldn't do the running.
He wasn't, a lot of the stunt stuff he didn't do with the Reagan mask on because he was overseas promoting Ghost.
Yeah, that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that they let him do that, and we're
Yeah.
like, we can still obviously do the scene. Because
Right.
I'm not going to lie, I thought it was him. I really felt like whoever that guy was.
Except when he was running through
nailed
the
it.
houses, he looked like a 13-year-old
That one,
running. I was
yes,
like,
but when it was on the viaduct at the bridge of the LA concrete
the-
river,
the
that
icon.
was nice. Yeah, that was cool. That was just so
Swayze
cool.
eyes.
That
was
was
him.
so cool.
I'm
That was-
assuming that's Swayze
that's my
eyes.
favorite moment of the
that was
movie.
the Swayze eyes.
The tight shot on the eyes or the talk.
He
around
really
the fire
hurt his
pit.
knee
Yes.
jumping off that.
Yeah.
I always
did it or
no Keanu when he
did,
busts
yeah.
his knee, and I always remember watching it. And I was like, God, that looks like it hurts, and it's because he did.
Yeah.
He really did hurt it, and they worked it into the film.
No,
No, he goes boom, and he goes, oh God, no,
And then when he's shooting, he's got. Give me a.
and he's handcuffed. He's like, get your hands off me.
Which why would they fucking
Yeah.
arrest
Just
him?
get it over with.
I hated that
Like, why
scene
would
when
they-
they like
yeah.
were arresting him at the
like,
bank.
you know we got
Those
fucking-
I wanted those FBI guys to get popped.
was in the bureau when you were jacking off to the
Oh.
lingerie section
and
of
then
Sears
nobody-
catalog.
and then nobody
Respect
arrests
for your elders.
Nobody arrests Gary Busey for
Punching
potentially
the-
killing that guy. like he wasn't even bleeding because his brain was gone.
Dude, he gave him a
Oh my
meatball
God.
haymaker.
It was face and then CTE floor hit.
Yeah.
Like
and
he
done.
is.
Yeah,
he's
comatose
done.
for a long time. And
Okay.
and nobody cared. Everybody was like, "Yeah, we saw that
Yeah,
coming."
that guy's kind of a prick. He's gonna be a surgeon.
I
somewhere.
love the
Yeah.
like the two side cops. There's always two
No,
side
I
cops.
wanted those guys to get sniped. Those
I know.
guys suck.
But you notice
They
in
were
every
terrible.
in
Their
every
hair was
movie,
terrible,
there's
too.
always two
side
side
cops.
cops that
Yeah.
like have to take over the shit.
Yeah.
Why are we even doing this?
Yeah,
Did you
why
tell
am I
them
even
your
a
shit?
cop? I
Did you
hate
tell them their
cops.
shit theory? Did you tell them your theory?
Shit, dude.
Yeah,
You
like
cowabunga,
totally,
dude.
bro.
You totally went tubular on these guys. Yeah.
You want someone in the movie to look at
We're
him.
working right now.
Yeah, you want someone in the movie to look at him and be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah. Or just
they're
like
doing
throw
their
a
job.
file. It's in the file, you fuck.
Like Gary Busey's closed thousands of fucking murders.
Closed
He
for
probably has a
22.
great one.
Yeah.
Also, 22 years isn't really that
But
long.
you know what? I had a cousin that was in the FBI in the early '90s.
What's his name?
Huh?
What's his name?
Johnny Nebraska.
If you have to tell us, you'll have to kill us.
Exactly. He's but anyway, like those young guys, like he wasn't far off. Like he told me stories and he was like, "Oh, we used to like walk around like hot shots, whatever."
Hey,
He's a
what's up with this
dickhead.
fucking
He's
guy?
28.
We were drinking balcons.
Hey,
we were
Jack's
young.
rap.
He's
We
a
were
dick.
young. Hey, Jackie.
He's like, "What? Someone steal your mail out of your mailbox or something? Call the fucking feds." Okay, the feds do.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think the critics back in '91 thought of the Kathryn Bigelow smash 1991 hit Point Break?
Ooh, I would say the critics. What a score, right? Oh,
Yes,
cover
out of
your
100.
fucking phone
Okay.
again. I swear to God.
Hey, I'm over here.
I know.
I'm not covering it. I'm drinking balcons.
I was in my conies. I'm getting a little wasted.
Chicken balcons. I would say
Critics.
Critic score
Yeah, out of a hundy.
out of a hundy. I'd say the critics gave it a 70.
Exactly. I can't even ask you because they nailed it. It was
He didn't nail it.
70.
It's dead on.
I'm fucking on
I'm
fire right
surprised
now.
that it's
You're
that
killing it.
high
What the fuck?
because of how much the like. It felt like all the research I did for this was people hating the premise. Ugh, cowabunga,
Right,
dude.
yeah.
Rip. They're gonna rip
Point
it,
break.
man.
Surfers. Ooh, cowabunga.
Fall in love with reefer madness at the box office.
I bet you they're out back of the bank
Munchin'.
smoking grass and dealing dope.
Oh yeah, they're probably out there skipping homework. I don't know why I don't know why I have this accent.
Like our parents always said, they're out there smoking the dope and rolling reefers.
skipping their homework.
Yeah, going around and then eating that driftwood.
Every party.
What are you in Santa Cruz State Beach wearing the shirt Vincent Vega had?
They're out there huffing paint and smoking bark,
Lifting grass.
lifting grass and pushing tanks.
Okay, what do you think? Like, doesn't that... I thought it would be like 58. Like, anytime the premise is Fast and the
But
Furious...
you know what happened, I think, is
The
because...
performances!
Well, not only that, but because they were talking so much shit about it and said, oh, cowabunga and all
then
that.
they were like,
and then they saw it and they're
"Pretty
like,
good.
no, man.
Fun ride, man. I'm going to give you
Swayze.
some of that kitty litter.
They're like, Swayze. Swayze. Hey, pretty good movie, dude. Yeah, sweet, dude. I could totally see myself being Bodhi, bro, and just like riding some waves, dude, and doing that. Fuck yeah, dude.
Dude, he did 55 jumps out of the plane. He's a skydiver. Bodhi.
Yeah, and they hated him for it. They're like, can you not kill yourself?
The insurance on the movie was like the budget.
Right.
It was just, hey, he's going to do... He was doing jumps on off-shoot days.
However, without
awesome,
those
though.
scenes where
Yeah,
you
it's
see
awesome.
Swayze
Oh,
close
so
up,
good. Yeah, they're not...
the movie's
because
not
all the
same.
other all the other close-ups are shot on the ground. Little cranes and fans. It's blatantly
and
obvious.
word on the street
Terminal
is
velocity.
Word on the street is the remake that they did in 2015. That's one of the reasons it failed, because the guy who directed it,
Yeah.
he also directed Fast and Furious. He directed another like extreme sport movie or something.
Okay.
But he was like, oh, we have to have these extreme scenes because that's what sells the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So he thought he could do that, and he didn't.
There was no movie. I've seen
the
it.
script was
It's
trash.
It's real bad. There's like a motocross mountain bike.
They
like,
tried to
plot.
do. Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
mountain climbing,
But
skydiving,
with
surfing.
motorbikes. They were climbing mountains on motorbikes. He's like, okay, we just
Yeah.
get over this ridge. And then the guy goes off the cliff, and that's like...
Yeah. They were just like inventing shit. They're like, you ever play tetherball in a fucking lightning storm?
Yeah. You ever ride your motorcycle up a girl's ass?
Did you ever try to jump in the pool right after you ate, bro?
Point Break 2015. Bunch of unknown actors, and then that handsome Edgar Ramirez guy.
Yeah. Hey, we're going to take a ship way out onto the high seas and then surf these giant swells. But check out the Mountain Dew ad.
But also, we snowboard at dawn. Okay. What do you think the audience was on this one? The first one, the 91, the one we're talking about.
I'm going to go for the trifecta on this one. You ready?
Yep.
Can you do it? Can you do it?
Dude, you might nail this.
Audience score was 86.
79. So right in the right ballpark. I thought it would be higher. I thought
Right.
the audience would be right around 85 because of the cult status. This
But
was
you know
a huge
why?
20 million in.
But you know
home
why though?
rentals.
I think it edged off, didn't get the higher, is because of Keanu's performance.
Yep.
I love Keanu. Like we're saying, we love Keanu. We know
lovable
he's
man.
great now.
Love him.
But
Frankly, we
but
love him.
the reason, and I will tell, this is kind of a hot take too.
Yeah.
Keanu is hot now because writers and directors know how to write and direct for him. He is a guy that's great
Know
at
how to
being
cast him.
Yeah, and they showed him in the Matrix. He's very good at still moments and very simple lines. He delivers them great.
Yep.
You see it in his eyes and his face. But when you're trying to make him this
Yeah.
charismatic
Like devil's
guy,
advocate, ooh, not his best.
Yeah, even what was the one he did where he's like,
I missed my opportunity and
Constantine.
shit, and I
Oh my
resent
God.
her for it. Oh,
It's like,
Keanu.
Keanu, you can't do Southern. Just let Al Pacino be the devil and go away. Okay.
He's an absentee landlord. Sorry.
We got you a Pacino.
Woo-ha!
It's Balcones when you want to do that Al Pacino impression so bad, but you're not in an Al Pacino movie. You get Balcones.
Jesus, Bucko.
Okay, hot take. I'm gonna go first because it's fresh.
Go.
You know how there's iconic performances that kind of stand the test of time, like Hans Gruber. That is like the quintessential performance of 80s, 90s action. And then I'm kind of trying to find that next one in terms of that just was a tone setter. And I truly think that Bodhi is in the top 5 for me of all movie characters of that era. I just found myself just glued to him. I found myself thinking of him on drugs. Is he like thinking everything about him all the time? Captivated.
He was cool as fuck.
And it was just, I've had a crush on him. I wanted to fight him. I wanted everything. I wanted more. I wanted a movie about him. Yeah. And I think it's up there for me more than John McClane, more than Martin Riggs, more than the leads in other movies. He's up there for me.
Did you want him inside of you at any point?
Yes, I did. I wanted, remember the butthole? Remember the butthole?
Yeah.
Remember the fifth butthole of November. I wanted a little bit of Swayze. Shit, I had his name wrong. That's how flustered he got me. Yeah. All right, what do you got? Hot take.
Hot take?
Fast and Furious.
I think I told it. Yeah. There would be no Fast and Furious without. There would be no franchise without him.
The exact same.
It's
Paul Walker falls in love with the bad guy.
Basically.
What we want to do here is Mike Tyson, he wins boxing matches.
I love Vin Diesel. He's my...
We see Paul Walker like
Diesel.
I don't know, but I mean it's like that.
I know everything about my father.
It wouldn't happen. I don't think there would be. First of all, there would be no Fast and Furious. There would be no XXX.
No.
There would and this is a really hot take. I think there might not have been a Heat.
I was just gonna say this leads into people doing jobs, pulling jobs.
Because hot take, this movie not only is a great action film, but at its core,
I didn't even feel it as an action film. It was a crime, love.
At its core, it's cops and robbers.
Human interest piece too.
It's cops and robbers.
Yeah, it was a good call.
Which is because look at it. You have in Heat, you have Pacino and De Niro.
Yep.
And he ends up liking him. They like each other. They don't want to do it, and it's the same ending.
Same exact
At the end, I got to take you down.
If you're in my way, I got to take you.
And another hot take is in the movie Point Break, no one wins. It's a tragedy.
Yeah, he quits being a cop. Lori Petty probably doesn't want to be with him anymore.
He doesn't get his guy.
Bodhi barely even rides that wave. He gets crushed immediately, dies.
Right.
Well, and he says it at the bonfire earlier. Basically, you got to be willing to pay the ultimate price if you want the ultimate rush. That was him saying, I'm going to die.
Yeah. But he also... But I mean, Bodhi actually got his wish.
Yeah, no, he got to ride that wave, but for 1 millisecond. Right. It was like me at Planet Hollywood in Las Vegas on one of those wave things where you just instantly do like 2 shots and get on there and doink your head and right into the blackjack table. Hot take, Tom, and we get out.
Good story.
Good story.
Earlier before I came here, Surfer
story,
Guy,
Tom?
He said it's one of his favorite movies ever, and he thought that when Swayze went up there, he's like, he's gonna just fucking ride this thing and be gone. And so he's like so excited he's gonna ride this wave. That's his biggest wave, and then he's gonna like go off and like he goes, he fucking died.
No, there's cliffs on either side. I'm not gonna paddle to New Zealand.
Yeah, that was such a good line too. God, he was good.
And it was right.
Man, he's gonna ride it out, and that's gonna be it. Like they're gonna part ways, but he's gonna ride the wave out, and that's life. He's like,
he's not dead. Coming. All right, back.
Hot take. This isn't a hot take, but a thought I had.
Okay.
Yeah.
When they were on the beach after the beach boning, Keanu and Lori
Petty.
I kind of
don't know her. Tommy.
I kind of want to be her for a little bit.
Be her?
Yeah, because he was like kissing on her. It was like really nice. It was very sweet. Like you couldn't leave her.
Like cute kisses. It was cute. It was kind of like Ben Affleck on Liv Tyler with the animal crackers in Armageddon, where it's like cute.
It was cute. It was cute. He couldn't leave. He's like, I'm fucking late.
Yeah, and he was late for his own raid.
But hold on, you wanted to be Lori Petty?
Yeah, that's how androgynous.
That's how he got me. I'm like, kiss me.
I think that's the perfect way to hot take out of here.
I love how brave you are, Tom. You're so brave.
We are presented by Balcones. When you want to hook up with a man, even though you're not.
This is Tom admitting finally that he's a bottom.
Oh, good call.
No,
we've been waiting.
That's what I call a hot take.
And that's what I call Point Break. 1991, Kathryn Bigelow. I've had a great night. I've had a great night. I've nailed everything. I've been on point.
Our
all
comments
my stuff. Perfect
are
mouth.
Dude, buttholes,
perfect
dicks,
mouth.
and Swayzes.
Just so you know, I was right on everything tonight. The butthole, Roadhouse was in the 80s. Balcones.
You were right on all the wrong things.
Okay.
Anyways, so naughty.
Want to pronounce words correctly? balcons.
Nice.
It's
He looked
balcones.
in. He looked into you instead of the camera. I thought that was good. He looked at Scott.
It's in my eyes.
Balcones. Hey Scott, this is just for you and you. only.
Tom, I just want to take you to the beach right now and eat animal
sorry.
crackers.
Kiss me.
off
Okay, we
your
gotta wrap it up.
bearded
Give my
chest.
We gotta wrap it up. Unlike Keanu on the beach.
God, I'm late. I'm late to my own bus. God, I'm late.
I'm so late.
Duh, but God, look at you. I want to go down.
I gotta go down to our YouTube page. Make sure you rate,
Yes.
review, subscribe,
The Buddy Cop
comment,
Podcast.
like at the Buddy Cop Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Just search the Buddy Cop Podcast. See us live in Manhattan Beach on the 23rd of May. Terminator 2. Bum 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 bum. So what do we want to do next? I kind of put down a couple. That's good. I think Commando could be fun coming up.
Next?
Or a Demolition Man or The Fugitive. I need every outhouse, every hen house, every pen house, every dog house, every toilet house, every home hardware storehouse.
Any side house at your mom's house, at your dad's house, at your son's house.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up. All right, email the show, no credentials. I'm sorry, that's my other podcast, the Buddy Cop Podcast at gmail.com. Shout out to Balcone, shout out to Scott, shout out to Tom. Rate, review, subscribe. That is Point Break.
Yeah.
Give me 2. Roll credits.
Nice.